like their Golden State Warriors.
Good defense by LeBron. Clock dwindling down. Step back.
Jokic will be fine, but he's going to need help.
Brown with a steal. Ahead of the pack. Throws it down.
Giannis takes down Jokic.
And in game one, Jokic touch pass to Clark.
Going to go with the Golden State Warriors.
Ooh. Why so serious?
He scores when he needs to, and he knows how to get everyone else involved.
He's the most skilled center to ever play the game of basketball.
When he passes that ball, his teammates are looking to score. My point is, I'm not trying to devalue anything that Jokic is doing by saying we need to take a harder look at what Giannis is doing.
You want buckets, he's going to give you that. You want rebounds, he's going to give you that. You want him making guys around him better, he's going to give you that. Most importantly, he's going to win you ball games at an extremely high level.
Denver Nuggets, they have the reigning back-to-back MVP who legitimately could go for his third straight. He's flirting with a triple-double, and they've masterfully shown the rest of the league how you build around your superstar players.
I'm going to say the Denver Nuggets, their depth is unquestionable. Jokic is en route to becoming a 3-time MVP.
Guys who have won a third straight MVP include Larry Bird, won a championship that year.
Yes.
Bill Russell won a championship that year. Moses Malone won a championship that year.
Like, who's the favorite in the West right now?
The way they've been playing, the Nuggets should get a lot of respect.
And they have this dude who's as slow as a snail, can't jump onto a curb, and can't be stopped. He's averaging a triple-double, for crying out loud.
Their window is open for a while. Their window's open. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, KCP, all under contract for multiple years.
But I think there's a championship in their future, no doubt about it, and I think their window is long.
I'm just fascinated to hear people talk about Jokic.
I mean, he's an amazing player. There just hasn't been anybody like him. He is as much a unicorn as Kevin Durant is, as Giannis is. I'm sure recency bias is going to come into this. It has to, right? I'm sure there will be people who go, I just can't give it to the same person 3 times, no matter how great they are.
I just don't think there's a lot of buy-in. On some level, I get it. You want to see them have a run in the playoffs. But on another level, I just feel like people don't show them the love they deserve.
I've never seen a disconnect between a guy who wins the MVP that many times in a row and a guy's place in basketball.
He's the MVP. You know what I mean? When the MVP goes out and puts up a triple-double, that means he's impacting the game at a high level across the board. And he's going to set the record this year for most assists per game by a center in NBA history. He's going to, blow it out of the water.
It's just every night you come to expect the triple-double.
Are you sitting here and saying Nikola Jokic is having his numbers padded? Is that what you're saying?
You heard what the hell I said.
Do you agree with Perk on the idea that Jokic is stat padding?
Love Perk. I strongly disagree with this. Nikola Jokic does not care about stats, does not care about averaging a triple-double. Nikola Jokic, I hate to tell everyone, doesn't care about winning an MVP. He cares about winning a championship. The idea that he's stat padding, this is not a guy that cares about stat padding, Perk. And the best argument I can make of why this is such a ludicrous statement, they're 23-0 when he has a triple-double. I know Perk is on this Joel Embiid's the MVP rant. I know he's on this thing. But, let's not make up a narrative about a player that is just so unbased in reality.
I will tell you, I completely agree with JJ on this.
Michael Malone said he never fights the game. And I thought that was one of the best descriptions I've ever heard of Jokic. Whatever is needed on a possession, he's just going to make the right play. It's as if to say if you watch another player, it's clear they're more valuable. It's clear they're better. And my question to people that would say that is, what the are you watching? If you're going to make it just about this dumb rings culture thing, I don't know what to tell you, but that's not how we vote on MVP. Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world right now.
Still, we move the goalpost so much every single year for, I believe, guys who we want.
So they've held the lead in first place in the Western Conference for 2 months, and every time he gets a triple-double, he wins. Yes, stat padding goes on. Is he trying to get triple-doubles? Yes, mainly because they win every damn time he does.
Kendrick Perkins appears to play the race card. Let's play the clip, and I will get your thoughts.
When it comes down to guys winning MVP since 1990, it's only 3 guys that won the MVP that wasn't top 10 in scoring. Do you know who those 3 guys were?
Who were they?
Steve Nash, Jokic, and Dirk Nowitzki. What do those guys have in common? I'll let it sit there and marinate. You think about it.
You mean Dilbert Perkins? Because he almost went all the way there, except he didn't have the guts to say it. He just wanted to let it marinate. Kendrick, finish around the hole, brother. You want to go there, go there.
When it comes to MVP voting, 80% of the voters are white American. 20% are other.
What is your immediate response with that there, Charles?
Hey, man. I'm trying to work on my golf game. Y'all bringing me on radio to talk about stupid stuff.
Who do you feel in MVP right now?
It ain't close. It's that boy in Denver. That boy in Denver is cold, man. Okay. He's a bad dude. A bad dude. You know what I'm saying? And for him to have his team in first place and the way he's balling, you gotta go with him, bro.
I'd say we disrespect Denver just because, like, you know, they're not the sexy team, whatever, but like they keep through all of that, they still number 1 in the West.
Nikola Jokic is the best center in the universe.
Yes, I mean, Jokic is just unstoppable, man. He's a one-man off. Whoa! Hey, now, Jokic got an air horn. I'm getting my man Yates to come around.
Stop winning the MVP. He might win the whole thing this year.
And I know we keep talking about how they're going to stop Jokic, but Jokic needs to figure out how he's going to stop Anthony Davis.
What did he say?
Jokic, he's just so special. I mean, to watch this guy, slow as a snail, can't jump onto a curb, wobbles in and out of arenas.
This sounds crazy to say when LeBron James is in any series. Jokic is the best player on the floor now.
You got to be feeling good if you're LA right now.
I'm not going to let you steal the headline. I'm not going to let you make it about the Lakers right now. It's about Denver.
No one on the planet is a better basketball player than Nikola Jokic. If you can argue that, I'm very curious to see your argument.
The beautiful thing about the Joker is he doesn't only have to score in order to be dominant and or effective.
But it starts and ends with Jokic and Murray. If they play the way they're capable of playing, Denver's going to win the championship.
In whatever order you want to take them, Sacramento and Denver. And people just had not watched them, not paid close attention, except if you're a basketball fanatic.
Who's the best player in basketball at this moment? I would say Jokic.
I see between him and Jimmy Butler.
Yes.
It's damn near close. And I'm not ready to give anybody the crown yet.
Yeah, let's see it.
I want to see it finished.
It was January the 11th when Tim said the following. What are you prepared to say right now on this television show that you have never said before, Tim Legler?
The Denver Nuggets can get to the finals, and I've never felt that way about them to this point.
Well, there you go. And now they are there, and they've taken a pretty impressive path to here. Does it matter who they play?
That is how I feel, Scott. I think Denver Nuggets are going to win a championship this year, regardless of who they play.
Jokic is brilliant. People have underestimated this guy his entire career.
It felt like a lot of people were sleeping on you. The first take debacle happened.
Yeah, I could genuinely say, and I don't know if there's another basketball player in the NBA that would be so nonchalant about that type of stuff as Nikola, but I can genuinely say, like, he didn't care.
If I said to you, Nikola Jokic is the best basketball player in the world, what would you say?
I'd say, duh. It's very, very obvious.
Every comparison is to an all-time great. Every time they put up some graphic, Tim Duncan, Magic, Wilt, it's just, you're talking about people in the Hall, not just in the Hall of Fame, but at the top of the pyramid.
Who's going to win the NBA championship?
I'm going to have to go with the Denver Nuggets.
The Miami have no answer for Jokic, and that's not to say to imply that somebody else does. But they seem relatively helpless.
Every time you have doubted the Miami Heat, they seem to have responded. They're at home. What are the chances that you give the Heat evening up this series?
Very little.
Really?
Yeah, very little chance.
This was kind of like the way Miami wins the game. They did it with toughness. They did it with some real tenacious defense. Just an all-around great team effort at both ends.
The Joker has to do is continue to do what he's done the
entire playoffs, and that's take what the defense gives him. When they're going to double team him, he's going to find the open guy. When they try to guard him one-on-one, he's going to score.
Denver wasn't having it. Jokic with 28 and 16. He was Finals MVP. First player in history. Led the postseason. All players in the postseason in points, rebounds, and assists.
And now you are an NBA champion, Nikola. How does that feel?
It's good. It's good. The job is done. We can go home now.
And the moment lands emotionally as Murray, Jokic, and Jokic's brothers tossed around Michael Malone as they did after they swept the Lakers. But this time, the NBA champions are the Denver Nuggets, the MVP of the finals, Nikola Jokic. Stephen A., the Nuggets were the 1 seed. They never faced elimination, and they win a title that Eric Spoelstra said they deserved. They were the best team by a lot.
Well, you'll remember it as the ascension of Nikola Jokic, who's the best player in the game, the best center in basketball. There's no debating that any longer. You can build and develop chemistry and cohesiveness together, and you can capture a championship that way, as they would say, the old-fashioned way.
I don't think anybody would have beat them. I really believe that.
So you don't buy this whole thing about how they had the easiest run of all time and it's a fake
we should address that right now. Not willing to put it up as an all-time great run is just the most asinine statement when Jokic literally was like the first to do this, the first to do this, the second most ever. Come on, man. Like, what are we doing? He had played against Giannis or Embiid or beat the Celtics. Hey, guess what? Those teams weren't good enough. 2 of them lost to the Heat, and 1 of them couldn't get past the Celtics and couldn't close them out. The teams weren't good enough. How is that a knock on Jokic?
So Kevin Durant and LeBron James and Anthony Davis don't count.
In the 4 rounds, they went against players that had combined for 22 all defensive and defensive player of the year awards, the most all time. And they went against 85 combined all-star appearances in the 4 rounds, the most all time.
Got to get Jokic going, but they're doubling him every time. Cross-court sling, and Casey.
See, double cut. And see, he even gives himself a better angle. The 9th assist on a little drop pass.
As good as it gets. Space. Jokic underneath the Porter. Wow. 15 seconds. Murray to Jokic. Jokic under to Gordon. KC's defense pretty tight here. Jokic hook pass under to Gordon.
Had just a quiet, an okay night until the 4th quarter, and he has just exploded.
Pass to Jokic, collects it behind the back.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, just to be able to catch the ball. Most centers aren't even catching that ball. That's going out of bounds.
Do it. Jokic to beat the clock. Fires a 3. Got it!
Look at all the white jerseys around here. Beautiful. Again, behind the back.
Kispert, turn, shoot, short. Another rebound. Jokic has a double-double. His 18th. On the... Oh, what a pass to KCP.
Jokic saw this play before he even caught the ball, so it was just a matter of between the legs is incredible. And here a little hook pass to Gordon.
Jokic falling away. Jokic coming in. Over the shoulder to Gordon.
Here comes Rudy. There goes
Jamal Murray to Jokic. Jokic backs up for the win.
Yes! This guy is unbelievable. This is 7-footer, folks.
They close out. Good defense. Jokic the rebound. He's got Brown out there. Touchdown, Nuggets.
I don't know if everybody realizes the difficulty in a pass like this and the accuracy.
Absolutely. Nikola Jokic has come back in. Dallas on a 12-1 scoring run. McDermott's season high is 23.
Of Jeff Green and Nikola Jokic, easier to defend.
Finney Smith is everywhere. Jokic, another rebound, ahead to Brown. And Brown,
You are kidding with the delivery on this pass. Nikola Jokic, instant turn, knows Christian Brown, can see him out of the corner of his eye. He might have an advantage if he takes off.
Tecchio, Nuggets come away. They got a long pass to Jokic, behind the back to Porter. Nicely done.
We'll see you next time. You have a wonderful day.